Worldwide, millions of children's education is enhanced by learning in mother tongues. This is the story of mother tongue education in the districts of Koboko, Nwoya, Gulu and Minakulu sub-county in Uganda. Since 2009, Africa Educational Trust, AET, together with Literacy and Adult Basic Education, LABE, have partnered to promote mother tongue education, MTE, in classrooms and communities of northern Uganda and West Nile. Initially, the communities were skeptical of the fact that learning could take place in a local language.
Many people took it that a child is considered to be at school when the child speaks English. Bringing a local language to be as a medium of instruction, when most books are written in English, it may not succeed. That was the feeling of many people.
When the curriculum was brought, it was basically written in English. So when the teaching in the local language started, and in our first training with the teachers, their task was to translate all those things into the local language, prepare scheme in local language, prepare lesson in local language, even prepare materials to teach in local language. They found it very expensive to them.
The kind of help that National Curriculum Development Center gave to LABE in implementing mother tongue education was basically technical. This technicality meant majorly interpretation of the curriculum. One, the orthography. Orthography means the writing system of any given language. And in this case, National Curriculum Development Center, through its technical team, was able to guide LABE on how each language community that they worked on would develop their writing system. And the second help was in developing the implementation strategy for advocates of local languages.
Lieutenant Nikara Fonye Kwedi 11 Wale, Ma Shelka, Charo Gongipen, Yingi Kom Gikum. Na Miringara Shell got to Nyekong, Kerman Chao Kong gang. Chigian tucha nyingi kada ngatiyo nying apanya gi be kon ka oro to gian ki gang be kon gi fonye gi kyo do ka gian ngiyo do kar shel ker ki coach ane mono me fun no wa kar me charo dema boka piano do be charo fonye kana ga ram bolo charo lokum do lokum le mo me lum le mo ma gang chigian be kon gi ber ga nyak ken gi After
we have received the training from LABE, we have a variety of materials. We have picture cards, storybooks, we have counters, like stakes, some of them are stakes. We have sorting trays, bingo game. Outdoor, we have playing materials like swings, ladder, we have a climber, and also football for the boys. And we have a rope for the ladies. We normally call it a tie.
These three learners who are sitting here, they have visual impairment, severe. So when I'm teaching about maybe crested crane or the goat, the child will be able to see the goat, to touch the goat, to use all the body parts, the 5 sense organ, to learn about the goat, about the cow, and the child will be able to see that that is a cow and will perceive that concept, and that concept will never will be remembered always.
We received various trainings, to mention training on ICT skills that enables me as a lower primary teacher to make instructional materials. It improved actually my creativity and innovation, which actually made the teaching of mother tongue to become very easy, and also making of lesson plans and schemes in the local language.
One of the major learning materials used in the implementation of mother tongue education in classes P1 to P3 is the sound wheel.
Through the project, we are able to set home learning centers in the villages, where the people got the concept of early childhood learning. And to date, as we talk, we have many of them in the sub-counties. We have done trainings of teachers in areas of methods, in area of planning of lessons, in areas of scheming, in areas of ICT, production of teaching and learning materials. It is through this project that we have done that. We have a center of ICT that the project had brought forward. Now our teachers at the level in the rural setting can manipulate the machines and produce materials. They are ICT to the level, basics. They have got those basic skills of ICT.
When the time came for joint sessions, the tutors found out that there were cases of parents who did not know how to read and write, making adult literacy inevitable. With this, parents were taught to read and write so that in turn, they can take part in the joint sessions with their children at the home learning centers.
Kenda na ina de a tiki na yengunda lobu bayo na lira ikongo na ngutulu nani kuje ue na jukwe kilo kenda Bible na munyege di na doke kenda Bible na dumda buku loka sikaranga kine na cheki adi indiki ni ta udo ama ta ku udo ue o atiki na gedi na lira ikongo na ngutulu ba kuje ata sotine atiki gedi na gele a kansla kaya village
Pinyala cham cha bele ba kwan dong ana cha kwan ki ma piara ngwen ki wie mada ti kem a cha no kwan diro kombete da ti ki nge manak o yodong dong kwan ma kwan kombeti ti ka konya walo ti ma duju ka wa gang kwan mir me kwan dong ti bot ke pen ka uduga penyo gi ni wona funi wa yuni ngo pa ga gwana kombeti botika mede kwan ni kwan dir kombe odonye gwana botika kwan botika medo ko mabe kilo tianwa tika kwan bene tinywa tima yom pen tin na nyimpa lo tianwa kombe mero chia mabe kala nya bana kwan ke do tika mingi ngetian mo kane.
People within the education sector and government have woken up to the importance of mother tongue education.
Teaching in mother tongue means the learners had free interaction with their teachers, among themselves, even their parents. I can express myself to the learners freely, and also they understand me. If I teach in English, where some of them don't know, they may even fear me, they don't socialize with me freely. So if I teach in the local language, they don't fear it, they interact with me freely, and it also improves my creativity. If in the due course of the lesson, if they are disturbing around, and if I bring a song maybe in the local language, they be attentive and they continue normally with the lesson.
No chara wache puonjige leva nyuole dak yot laya. Piano machel gian no pun no gitino. So dong chako ke lema no gian nak pege nge no perwate. Wa ke ong chao ko lema nyuole ni. Wa gian nge jemni wang kan kar chel kan. Kutung bot an fudong merati yan ko leva nyuole ne kan. Piano machel Kero bedi ange le mama pat no per ta kon kero tian ende kon ai kon. Gen kon be ko gunge chi dong ana ti en kele an ki nyala kere ni kon.
Since the project's target group is from age 3 to 6, before they join P1 and continue learning in their mother tongue all the way to primary 3, there was need to help them transition into English once they were going into primary 4.
Those are bad people. So you need to fence
in transitional class, you need to give a new words to the learners. Then they read for several times. You translate to them in local language, because from P1, 2, 3, they were using local language. So in P4, you introduce to them a new words which they have not learned from lower classes like P1 to P3. So you write the new words on a chalkboard, they read, you can also write in local language to them also.
Ani karma pura chaha kwana P1. Been in school, very clear na no la fonya ti fon klepa part, and to karma oi gang kwan. Abina no la fonya kilema ayaka de kigan. Chi karma na chaha kwan. No yota kwan tie pien lepa na loki gang ene ba bina loki gang kwan. Ka dog gang, chera boki mama na gina ki fonya wa kere kan boko loki le war lep me gang wa. Mi wa niang yor ba beru nyero ki lebwa wa boko lok wa timu jami wen ki lebwa magang la fon kete wa exercise kete wa teach ki leb magang ba wa timu yor pien na wa niang le po no ba wa lok ka ma oi class ngwen cha kwa na ngwen no la le po da ke fon ki le mono chi kar ma ki la le we gwa niang ma ba la fon ka wad tek wa ili chingwa chi wa chi la fun dwak wa le gangwa.
First of all, we've seen that there's a lot of research which has been done, and all this research points to one thing, that children can only best learn if they learn and understand if their own mother tongue language is used, which is not very far from the truth if we use local examples. If you ask a child to learn in a foreign language, it is like they would tell you to ride a bicycle, learn to ride a bicycle, but at the same time hold a basket on your head. That becomes very, very complicated. It is a lot easier for the kids to learn in their local language so that they can also participate much better in their learning.
If a child has learned the mother tongue language, it opens up a way for the child to learn the second language very seriously.
The government had a policy that teachers were supposed to use their local language according to the language in education policy. But then these teachers were trained in English. And if there are some who were trained in how to use the local language, there were not that many. So having a material that can support them along the way was a very great achievement. Apart from that, because the teachers were exposed to the ICT hubs and computers and how these can be used to actually develop their own materials, especially for minority languages, it helped them to realize that as teachers, we actually have the power. We cannot keep waiting for the government at national level. So teacher agency in actually taking the bull by the horns and making their own materials was realized through this project.
As a district, we are rolling it over. Because lab has not come to stay. Lab has come to give us tips. That's why it has picked on 20 or so schools. But we have over 20 schools. So what we shall do as a district is, we are picking on the rightful things that the project is doing very well, and we want to roll it over using my inspectorate department.
At the moment, what we have is an early exit model, which means that children only have the local language from P1 to P3, and then they will transit to English. Now, we are thinking that we should continue to support multilingual education, to look at it as a resource. Because again, in Uganda, we have lots of languages and the teachers get challenged. When you say local language, which one should I use? So we want to work on how do we make it a resource to continue supporting education of these children.